You have to be crazy enough to think that it's possible. That's how you fucking do something worthwhile. You have to believe it's possible.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion because it's only delusional until it works.
Your mind is designed to help you get what you want. You just have to be willing to believe it's possible.
And when you believe something is possible, everything else will figure itself out.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So we are going to be doing another study vlog or study prep and tips on how to pass your radiology DANB exam. I didn't take it yet, of course, but I am going to be studying for it and I am going to pass. So first things first, you got to have the mindset to pass so that you can pass. Because if you don't have that mindset, how are you going to pass, you know? But we're going to be taking some practice exams from the Mom Tricks book, just like we did for the ICE exam. If you haven't watched that video, make sure to go and watch how I passed my ICE exam. This is going to be just like that video. I'm going to be showing you guys how I feel afterwards and the results I get. So hopefully by the end of this, your girl has passed her radiology exam. But for right now, we are going to start studying. I already started taking practice tests, so stay tuned. All right, let's keep it short. If you're watching this, you're probably asking, how do I pass my radiology exam? Fine, I'll tell you. One of my biggest tips is to definitely do practice exams. I feel like it might sound cliche, but it really does help. And there's a lot of free practice tests online. Moving on to note taking, I feel like this is a crucial skill to have when you're in school. Make sure you know how to write really good notes, but you have to make sure that they're organized so that you know that you're retaining this information. So I really like to highlight my notes and make it look really nice and circle things and highlight things just so I know what's important, what's not so important, and just it's easier for me to see what's on my paper and it's easy for me to retain all that information. One of the biggest topics on this exam is anatomy. Please, I'm begging you, please go over those landmarks and anatomical structures because I'm telling you, they're going to ask you something. Being confident is so important. Stop telling yourself you can't do it. Stop telling yourself you're scared. Just bite the bullet and do it because it's better to try than not to try. It's better to fail and know what's on the test than to not take it at all and not know shit that's on the test. So a win is a win. Just be confident. Tell yourself you got this because you do. Believe it or not, ChatGPT actually helped me. And you can literally ask it anything, especially on areas that you're not doing so well in. Ask it to give you questions in those areas and bam, you're a genius. And lastly, be consistent. Study everywhere that you can because the more often you study, the more easier it is to remember. Good morning, you guys. It is Saturday morning. We are going to finish off all the questions on that website I told you guys about. We're going to finish all of them. I believe that'll be around 100 questions. Then we're going to take a break and then we're going to move on to Mrs. Mom Tricks. I'm going to just do all of the questions in the book. And I can finally give this book back on Monday. So the time is almost here, y'all. Our test is tomorrow in the morning. I cannot wait. I'm not as nervous going into this. I'm gonna just have to bite the bullet, just do it. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna, review. And I also love the way I wrote my notes because like I said, I color code my notes, which makes it easy to see. Take your board exams when things are slow, okay? Because you don't want to be studying for midterms or finals and you have a board exam coming up. Don't set yourself up for failure. Do it at an appropriate time where you're ready. Make time to study efficiently. That's what I'm doing today. So we're going to get to it and we're going to pass our test tomorrow. No more crying. No more feeling like I failed. None of that. We're going to pass and we're going to pass with flying colors. Okay. Period. Hello. I just came out the shower, but I took my test 12 hours ago. It's 8 o'clock right now. So I just want to break down how it went, how I feel. There's a lot of questions on anatomy, like specific anatomical structures in the mouth and where you would find them. And that's kind of my weak spot. And, you know, I felt like I didn't go over that too much. I was so hooked on everything else. They had like a lot of like basic questions that had to do with radiopaque, radiolucent. And also my teacher was completely right. They took up questions about fixer and developer, processing film and all that stuff, because they're not doing that anymore. Not a lot of people are using film. People are usually doing digital. So yeah, they also had questions about the tube head, like the collimator. Like I didn't have that much. Infection control, like the CDC. They also had a question about EPA, who makes all the disinfectants. They also had other disinfectant questions about like if you were to clean a work surface, like the floor, what kind of disinfectant would you use? Low level disinfectant, and then if it's any object that you know you touch a lot, will be intermediate. Anatomy was definitely the harder thing for me, and that's what the whole test was consisted of. I tried my best, but I feel like also because I kept seeing the same answers in some of the questions, I kind of felt like I was confusing myself. And then once again, with those DANB exams, you can't go back. So you have to be completely sure before you move on to the next question. I also realized that this test was a lot lighter than the infection control, because I feel like infection control is just full of a lot of rules. You know, it's a lot of rules that you need to know. Whereas radiology is just straight facts. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I should get my results by Thursday. Hopefully, fingers crossed. God, please. Guys, this is the fastest I ever got my results. I passed. Okay, great. I passed my RDH exam, but now it's time to pass Chairside. And let me tell you, it was not easy. Finishing up my last academic module, I was studying my ass off for finals week. I was going through hiccups trying to schedule this exam, and I was also starting my externship.
Your girl is employed. That's me.
Wanna know what else I was?
Very stressed out. This every minute turn and twist. Like, me telling me that me not since Saturday me not eat no food. For the morning me just drink 2-drop drink.
Make time to study efficiently. With what time? I had none. Hello guys. So it is November 2nd. October has finished. We still haven't taken our exam. I am fully in the process of externship, and I'm trying to figure out a good schedule for me to not only study but retain the information and make sure that I pass this exam. My goal was to do it before October ended, and I wasn't able to because October was super busy for me. But now that it's, you know, everything is finalized and I can now schedule my exam, it's kind of like I don't know when to do it. I'm supposed to get my schedule for work, and I'm gonna base it off of my work schedule. I'm gonna probably do it online once again. I would hope to get a Friday or one day out of the week off so that I can take it on that day off. I also want to base my date on when I have to carry my books back to school. So my books have to be back by the 17th of this month. So that means I have about 15 days to study. So I have about like 2 weeks, I'll say. Only thing is that it's really hard. Already I told myself like I did not want to do this test during my externship because you're not gonna have time to study. Like I know I don't have time to study. It's time to lock in. But when I tell y'all I was struggling. Good morning, guys. It's 7:41 in the morning, the day after Thanksgiving. Guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. For the past week, 2 weeks, over the past month, I just really been like up and down with my motivation. Like there's days where I'm like really motivated, and then there's days where I'm like not at all. I've been doing some Quizlet questions for this exam since the beginning of this week, right? But I just lost all my motivation. I was like, and then even yesterday, Thanksgiving, I didn't have like a super big dinner. I didn't go over to anybody's house. It was just me. So I cooked a little bit, and then like, you know, I obviously had the time to study. Honestly, like I didn't. I'm gonna be super transparent. I haven't been studying like I should. I don't want to make excuses, but like this time around it's just so different because it's literally everything else we learned in school. Literally every module, things from every module. General Chairside is a lot because you got anatomy, they talk about CPR, they talk about drugs, patient care, dental materials. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm kind of like scramble brain. I don't know where to study, how to study. And that's the part that's kind of discouraging me to study because it's like, I don't know where to start. But it's important to start, you know? I've been rescheduling like no other. And I'm trying not to reschedule again because the next available time that I have to take it would be the 30th of November. And I'm not trying to take it in December. I have like a free trial with Quizlet. That shit's gonna end on the 1st, and plus I have other things to worry about in December, so I don't want to worry about this test. I just want to get it over with. So that's where I am right now. Yeah, I know. How do I pass the general Chairside exam? I'm gonna say it. Of course, you know, we got the Mom Tricks book. So I flipped to the general Chairside part and I'm gonna read this whole entire chapter. So this time around, I did not use my notes or anything like that or any of my flashcards. I used mostly my Mometrics book because everything is on there that you need for that test. If I used my notes, it would have been too many books to go through and I just didn't have time to do that. So if your school library has these books, I highly recommend to get them. My next tip is to listen to Gamma 40 Hertz while you're studying because I don't know the science behind it, but it really helps with concentration and it helps me so much. Next is YouTube. Looking up different types of videos really helped me with visualizing what everything is. I also decided to get a free week trial of Quizlet Pro. It actually really helped me because I really needed some flashcards to study for this exam because y'all, I was losing my mind. And last and importantly not least, pray and be confident. You got this, girl. Okay guys, it is 12:50 on the dot, so I have 10 minutes to spare and I wanted to quickly show you guys how I set up to take my exam because I don't think I ever showed you guys how I take my exams at home. Yes, you can take your exam at home if you have the appropriate space. So I take mines in the hallway because the hallway doesn't have any in the background. It's like a clear hallway that I take it in.
This is a reminder. Prepare for my exam.
Let me go just, you know, do my do. I'm gonna go pray. I'm gonna do my absolute best. And I'm gonna just quickly brush over some of the stuff that I've been studying. So. I think about all the time. Think you may need all of mine. They just say, you know, the love is blind. I'm about to see. I close my eyes. I can see you ain't here though. Good morning, guys. It's Monday morning. And I got my results. I don't know what I got. Fucking scared to look. I was gonna look like on my computer when I get home, but like I honestly cannot wait any longer. Like I like want to look right now. Fingers crossed, you guys. Jesus Christ. Guys, I passed. Oh my god. I was not expecting that at all. I really wasn't. I'm gonna call my mom. All right, hold on. I know. I gotta tell y'all what's on the test. Hello guys, if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I do want to clarify a little bit about the Chairside exam. So the general Chairside exam, once you pass that test and the other two, you are a registered dental assistant in all states. I took the New York State version, which means that my license is good in New York State, no other state. Technically, both exams are the same because it has the same exact outline. So I did want to clarify that a little bit. I originally wanted to do the general Chairside. I guess my school isn't accredited by CODA. I don't know. They said that they are, but I had to switch it to the New York State version, which is fine. I wanted to be licensed all over the United States. but it doesn't matter because dental assisting isn't my end goal. Now that I shared that information with y'all, I can finally say what was on the test. I did write down some stuff in my notes. They asked a lot of questions about burrs, like types of burrs, but it was in the Mometrics book. So make sure you guys know the names of the burrs and what they are used for. They talked a lot about dental materials, so make sure you know your dental materials. They talked about impression material. They also talked about anesthesia. Like when it comes to the dosage, make sure you know which one is stronger. For an example, lidocaine 2% with epinephrine, 1 in 100,000, and then there's one that's 1 in 50,000. So you have to know which one is stronger, and you always got to remember that the stronger one has the lesser number. What else was on there? Medical emergencies. They talked a lot about medical emergencies. I remember they asked about syncope. If a patient had syncope, what was the symptom? I think the right answer was nausea. Yeah, I think the correct answer was nausea. And then they did talk about vitamins here and there. One of the vitamin questions was like, what vitamin would help with restoring tissue in the mouth? I believe. I think it was supposed to be vitamin A, but I picked vitamin K and it was totally wrong. That's mostly kind of what the test was basically on. It was not easy, you guys. Another thing about this exam is that it is longer than the other two. Radiology and infection control tests were 75 questions for 60 minutes. The Chairside exam is 95 for 75 minutes, I believe. It's a long test and it's a big test, so make sure you study really good. Doing well in school really does help with passing your exams. And also, before I go, I do want to update you guys on the ending of school. I am technically finished with school because as of today, December 15th, I finished all my 300 hours of externship. So now I have to just go back to school to do my exit interview, which is after Christmas. Literally the day after Christmas, I have to go and meet my career counselor. I cannot wait for that. And after that, I'm done, you guys. Like, I just can't wait to register myself. I'm so thankful for this year. I gave myself a plan and I executed it so damn well, and I know y'all can do it too. Like, if you guys are planning to go to my school or even planning to go to dental assisting school in general, I strongly advise. Like, education is so important. I understand, like, you don't have to go to school to be a dental assistant. If you have the ability to go to school, please do it. You learn so much at school rather than you learning on the job. You don't know the ins and outs and the why you're doing something when you're just getting trained on a job. Whereas when you go to school, you know why things are done in certain ways. I'm rambling a lot right now, but I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching this series. Oh my god, like, I can't believe this is it for this series. Stay tuned for dental hygiene videos, y'all. Fingers crossed I can start school next year, but that is the next step, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that because I definitely will be documenting my dental hygiene journey. I'm just happy. Give me a hug. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good night, goodbye, and good luck on your journeys.